Hey, it's Friday. You have made it to the end of this work week. Get you a cup of sunshine or some coffee, and let's get into this devotion today. But before we do that, I want to invite you to come and have church with us this weekend at 10:30 a.m. As many of you know, the guidelines that have been set forth about social distancing, it has been very hard for us to do that inside of our current facility. So we're bringing you back to where it all started. We started this church 3 years ago inside of our home and inside of this living room in our house. By growing this facility, we were able to get started, get rooted. Then the door opened us up so that we could go to the Connection building and meet up on the hill in their small facility there. For 3 short months we were there and began to see growth, and by the time of that growth we moved into our current facility. But this Sunday we're going back to where we first started in service. But we're not going back to the building up on the hill. We're going back to the main sanctuary of the Connection Church. They have graciously opened up their facility and are going to allow us to use their facility not only this Sunday at 10:30 a.m., but they're going to let us use it the whole month of June so that we can hold those standards of social distancing, but we can also continue to grow together as we experience the kingdom of heaven here on earth. So 10:30 a.m., meet me for Pentecost Sunday at 2471 Old Liberty Hill Road. If you're going down 25E, heading toward the bridge, going into Bean Station, as soon as you pass the Harley-Davidson on your right, you will start to see a building. It's a big block building, and it says the Connection on the side there, and we would love for you to come and join us this Sunday, even if it is your very first time. 10:30, 2471 Old Liberty Hill Road. Now, let's get into this devotion today. Many of us take the word waiting in Scripture a lot of times out of context. When we see those words, wait on the Lord and you shall renew your strength, this waiting has nothing to do with just sitting down and doing nothing and calling that I'm waiting. Waiting here is where we get the image of someone kind of waiting on a table, a server or a waitress that you would see at a restaurant. They are serving and they are doing what they know to do until the next opportunity opens up. Your strength is renewed while you're busy doing something. And that's not busy just doing anything. That is doing the assignment that God has given you today. Strength increases as you serve in the house. So we make statements like this, well, I'm just waiting on the Lord. But could it be that heaven is waiting on you and earth is not waiting on heaven? The Bible gives us several examples of this. If you bind it on earth, it'll be bound in heaven. If you loose it on earth, it'll be loosed in heaven. Heaven responds to earth. The Bible also declares that if 2 or 3 are gathered here on earth, then He, God, will be in the midst. Heaven is responding to earth. If 2 or 3 touch and agree on earth, it will be done by my Father who is in heaven. Heaven is waiting on earth. Could it be that if you would realize that heaven is waiting, that you have sat all this time waiting on God to do something, when in fact, God, He is waiting on you to do something. Heaven is waiting to respond, leaning over the balconies of heaven, anxious to do something, but He's waiting to see what you do first.